my name is Meghan Lynch and I'm a New York City and Cape Cod wedding and engagement photographer. And today we're going to talk about what is in the backpack that I bring along for my proposal and engagement sessions. So I have had the same 2 camera bags for the 10 years that I have been in business. You can totally find me with the rolling think tank suitcase for my weddings and the Camera Lyra backpack for any of the sessions where I don't need to have additional lighting. I'm going to basically run through all of the items that I bring along for a session that might be taking place in the city or on the beach, whether it's a engagement session or a surprise proposal session. Here is the Camera Lyra backpack. This is the bag I bring along for every couple session, whether it's an engagement session or proposal. I always have this on since I don't need to bring any additional lighting gear. As you can see, we've got pockets galore in the front, side, and back. So I'm just going to run through each compartment that I have. So in pocket number 1, I just hold a bunch of my extra camera batteries for easy access. Here's another pocket in here. Got a lot of space. Got this one here. We've got pockets on each side, which is very handy. So this is the inner compartment. As you can see, I have more than enough room to fit all of the equipment that I need for my couple sessions. I always use 2 camera bodies during my sessions, so my camera of choice is the Sony a7 IV. So I have those 2 camera bodies here. And then honestly, for 90% of my sessions, I typically use the 50mm 1.2 lens and the 24 to 70 2.8 version 2 lens. Occasionally for proposal sessions, if I know that I'm gonna be farther back for whatever reason, or if I'm photographing on one of the beaches with tall dunes and I really wanna make it dramatic as if they're towering behind the couple, I will bring along my Sony 70 to 200 2.8 version 2 lens as well. So those are the camera bodies and lenses that I bring. And then I just have your general accessories here. So we've got a dust blower, which comes in handy when I'm photographing on beaches and sand gets kicked up. I've got a charger for my camera batteries, lens cloth, and then if you come over here, we've got 2 nice pockets. We're gonna open up this big pocket here, which you can fit a ton of stuff in. So I have my Pelican case, which holds my memory cards. You definitely don't need this many for one session, but this is the holder that I use. And then sometimes after a session, I might walk directly over to a coffee shop to begin editing if I'm not gonna be driving home immediately. So again, really deep pocket. So I bring along my external hard drive. This backpack is especially great for travel. I have brought it on airplanes as well as Amtrak train rides. But something that's really handy is we've got the strap right here, and that can slide onto the handles of your suitcase, making it easy for you to navigate through an airport and not have to carry a bunch of things on your arm. And then we've got this pocket back here which can hold a laptop, iPad. Again, there's ample space here, so you can really add in a bunch of notebooks or planners, making it the perfect bag, especially if you are a destination photographer. But I like that it has a nice holder for the laptop, again, so I can go directly from a session into a coffee shop and begin working. So that was the full overview of the Camera Lyra backpack. I cannot recommend this camera bag enough, especially for those who are on location portrait photographers who don't need to bring along additional lighting equipment, and for those that do destination work. It definitely makes my life easier having the added bonus of the laptop case as well. So for my longer engagement sessions, sometimes my couples want to do an outfit change, but in a bunch of cases on Cape Cod, maybe we've already spent 10 minutes walking down a dune path on the beach to get to the edge of the ocean. So instead of wasting a bunch of the session time and walking back up to the parking lot public restroom, I bring along my Wolfwise changing tent. It's a pop-up changing tent. It is really light and easy to carry, so it just pops up on the beach so my couples are able to change, and then they can get in their second outfit and we can be back on to finish the rest of the session. So I know I mentioned earlier that I'm a photographer who always has 2 cameras on me at all times. So to do that, I own the Holdfast Moneymaker, the skinny version, I believe in chestnut. So we've got this guy right here. So it's very easy to put on, and I have had this harness for about 10 years now, so it is definitely worth the investment if you are someone who photographs with 2 cameras at once. Then the bottoms just has these 2 handles here which clip into the bottom of my camera, and then there is an additional clasp for added security, just so you have a backup if for any reason one of the clasps broke for whatever reason. So it's nice to have the double protection. So last but not least, the 2 other items I bring along for couple sessions take place during the winter. So I typically will bring along the hand warmers for each of my clients. That way they can keep them in their pocket or jacket pockets. So if it is a really cold session, they have some extra warmth if they didn't bring along their own. And then another thing that you can get is specifically winter gloves for photographers. I have a pair of my own, and it's really nice because they have openings for a few of your fingers, so you can easily utilize the camera without taking your full glove off. Because if you're someone who lives in New England like me, then you know how harsh and cold our winters can get, so it makes it much more enjoyable for yourself photographing in a winter session. So that concludes everything that I bring along to photograph a couple session. I will put all of the links to any of the gear or accessories that I mentioned in the video description below. Hit the subscribe button so you can be alerted for future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.